Welcome in to the Thursday edition of the Fun Astrology Podcast. Thomas Miller, thanks for joining us. You know, I kind of thought that we would be tapering down today, and I was going to try to do a listener question, and then I got to looking at this chart a little more closely, and I thought, maybe not. And I've taken quite a bit of your time on the other episodes this week, so I'm going to try to keep this brief. But the big play today is all about karma. Working on our path, working on our nodal axis of the nodes of the moon. Now, we've been talking about this. Remember, Venus is at the bending of the nodes, and that is exact today. But there are two other aspects that have come into play. So let's set this up. First of all, the sun is moving into an exact position, sextiling the north node and trining the south node. So the sun is in Leo. The north node is in Gemini. The south node is in Sagittarius. So tomorrow, the sun will hit that exactly. It will be sextile to the north node, trine to the south node. All right, that is all about you and me and everybody on the planet having some synchronistic opportunities to do some karmic work right now. Probably about releasing some stuff that is deeply embedded spiritually. Sagittarius. And especially if you have the south node in Sagittarius, north node in Gemini, and then I would even extrude it to say if you have your nodes in Gemini and Sagittarius, regardless of their position, this is all about you. Take note. Your nodes of the moon, your karmic axis is going to be highly activated over the next couple of days. Now that's one. There's another. Same thing. Sextile trine. Saturn. No kidding. Saturn is sextile to the south node and is trine to the north node. See why I was saying karmic business all over the place? So you have the sun, and yes, that would mean that the sun and Saturn are opposite. They're moving in. The sun will be opposite Saturn next week. They're about 4 degrees apart right now. The sun is applying. It's moving in that direction. So, yeah, you feel that tension. And the other tension piece of this that I just cannot ignore is that Mars will cross into Virgo today at 4:35 p.m. Eastern. And it is going to be directly opposed to Jupiter. I mean, it looks like an opposition line of the nodes. It's just boom, right there, very strong. Mars changing from a fire sign to an earth sign. Virgo rules the 6th house, which is health. Mars rules aggression. You know, the COVID headlines, and I don't get into this a lot because I know we're way too many perspectives to try to cover everything, but we are talking about some tense energy here around the areas that we are reading in the headlines every day. Mentioned it yesterday. What will Jupiter do now that it's back in Aquarius related to the virus? Or more importantly, let's say related to governments and corporations' response to the virus. I mean, do you already see brewing exactly what we've been talking about relative to Aquarius? Aquarius is about autonomy. It's about individuality. It's my big keyword, don't tell me what to do. And yet the flip side, the shadow side of Aquarius is authoritarianism. And you can see that battle working out now so clearly. And maybe this is something that as Jupiter started to move back toward Aquarius, really in the last 2 weeks, is when this conversation has started to increase. There were some major cities, not so much in the U.S., but other places that had big protests last weekend. Well, now you have Mars exactly opposing that Jupiter back in Aquarius. And now many people around the world are hearing and learning that their employers are going to require them to be vaccinated. And the statistics in the United States are somewhere between 40 and 50% of the people, broad number, have not been vaccinated. I don't know what the numbers are for that in Canada, Europe, and some other places like that. But you saw what happened last week. And I just would imagine that that projection is going to spill over into other places as this drama between don't tell me what to do and public health unfolds. I listened to an interesting podcast while I was driving to a hike yesterday, So interesting. I'm going to see if I can get this guest on Subconscious Mind Mastery, but it was talking about the things going on beyond, up in the stars, relative to this battle going on Earth. And their perspective was there's a lot more to it than even we are considering here. And, well, I'll just, hopefully if I get that together, whether you believe that or not, whether you go there or not, there may be other forces at play. Other skin in the game, let's say, and it might be blue skin. Pleiadian. Well, it is an interesting time to be on the planet, is it not? Well, watch for the karmic stuff over the next several days, and watch for Saturn, Lord Karma. It will be presenting some synchronicities, and that generally means to throttle back on the resistance lever. Don't resist what Saturn is trying to do and what the nodes and the sun are trying to do. And as far as that other line of authoritarian public health, tell me what to do, don't tell me what to do, restrict me, don't restrict me, either A, take a pause and just breathe through what might be going on, or B, some of you might feel to be activated because, after all, the moon is in Aries. So some might want to have a voice and want to say, this is my thought, and I'm willing to get passionate about it. So see, there's just a lot that's going to happen around this, and we'll have to see how it all unfolds. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.